Hey guys, Monochrome here. Good to have you back on my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today we're going to take a look at a classic, specifically the Victorinox classic. Now this is nowadays often an overlooked, underrated, sometimes underappreciated keychain multi-tool, specifically the first one of its kind. So with competition out there being what it is, maybe not as many people are considering this for EDC than they did maybe a generation or two ago. I think that's a mistake, and I'll show you why. Let's take a look at what you get. Now this particular one has black handle scales, there is the traditional red, and there is a plethora of just amazing solid colors and other different colors even on the same handle scales. No matter what your tastes are, there is a Victorinox classic out there for you in terms of different colored handle scales. I just prefer basic black. That's just me. Now I've had this guy in my work bag for the last 6 years or so. I use him at my night shift job for all sorts of small, mundane tasks, mostly cutting tasks, and it just handles them so effortlessly, so easily, makes things so much easier on me. And yeah, I definitely like that. Let's take a look at the tools. You get tweezers, which are inserted into the handle scale. A nice, small, strong pair of tweezers. These are not flimsy at all. You could use them for whatever you'd use a small, thin pair of tweezers for. I've actually used them once in a rare while to pluck a stray nose hair out of my skull. Yep. If you work in an environment where appearances matter and you've got a nose hair hanging a little too low and it's a little too thick, well, gotta do what you gotta do in order to fix that. Hey, I promised you guys blatant honesty on my channel. I didn't say you'd always like it. Alright, next, also inserted into a handle scale, this plastic toothpick. I'll be honest, not the best toothpick in the world, not the best. You do sometimes have to put in considerable effort if there's something stuck in between your teeth, but it will get the job done, and it's a great way to EDC a toothpick, because this just slides into the handle scale. There you go. EDCing toothpicks, not always the easiest thing in the world. Let's take a look at the main body of the tool itself. Now, none of these features locks open. It is a slip joint. So if that bothers you, well, nothing we can do about that. Sorry. However, if you're used to slip joints and it's not a problem, this won't be a problem for you. Again, none of these tools locks open. You get a very small flathead screwdriver, combination cuticle cleaner. You get a file, one side only for the file. You get a very thin, narrow, short knife blade. Again, specs in the description box below as usual. I've used this countless times in the last 6 years at my night shift job, cutting all sorts of things, never had to resharpen it. I don't use it every day, but I've used it countless times. Possibly the best feature. These excellent, small, spring-loaded scissors. Fantastic. This is the one tool I use the most often. Never once had to touch up or resharpen the cutting edges on this guy. It just handles everything that you would expect a small, strong, stout pair of scissors to handle as far as cutting chores go. I mean, this thing has cut through hard plastic. Just make sure it's not too thick. It's cut through thick, soft plastic, no problem. String, tape, paper, whatever it is that you would expect something like this to be able to cut through, it cuts through it, and rather easily. I'm actually amazed I've never had to touch up the cutting edges on this guy. Let's give you a look at the tool in the folded position. There you go. Very nice. Now this is a tool that's been used, so the luster is a little bit off the scales, but absolutely excellent. Here's your small split ring to attach to your bigger split ring if you want to keychain carry it, or just toss it into your pocket. Absolutely excellent. Highly recommended. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Please stay safe.